Well, we live in a small village, and when somebody new comes to our village, we go to meet them and see what they're doing. And we met this interesting lady, two girls were 10 and 11 years old, and she was walking around, looking around, and so we went over to ask her, what she was doing, and she started telling us the story that she came from Nolado, and she wanted us to show us around, be her guides. So she held our hands, after we got to meet each other closer, and she held our hands, and we met an elder that was sitting outside his house, one of the old grandpas, and we told him who she was. And we kept on going, and we brought her to the post office. And then we had a co-op store here. We brought her to the co-op store and brought her up to Muckluck Slough to look at the old buildings, and brought her down to around the mission where we went to church and where the sister's house, because all the sisters were here then, And she wanted to look for her mom, we're finding out who she was, we're introducing her to different people. And so we went to the graveyard, but we're 10 and 11, we couldn't find her mom, but we brought her up there and visited, and brought her around. She gave us, I think it was $5 at the time, and oh my God, we never had money, and like a quarter would buy like an apple or orange, and she gave us $5, so we're rich, we'll bring you around all day. So we're her guides all day, and she was talking about the poetry and things that she did, and it instilled in us, because the young people pick up, when they're really interested, they pick up. So as I went on to school, I started doing poetry after I met her and into high school. So in 10th grade, I was on the dean's list in literature. So what she was sharing with us, she instilled in us something. And her story was sad, she was from here, and she wanted to know who her family was. So we're doing our best to introduce her to everyone as we walked on our journey with her. Well, Mary Tall Mountain, from that time, she really taught us something, on how rich we were, where we lived, our culture. And she knew she came from around here, and she missed that, So we were young when we started working at fish and meat, so we got to share these things with her on how we gathered it and what we were learning. Because every day after school, we went to the sister's house, and we had to work for the sisters too, clean up the church or haul wood, cut ice, haul water. So the work was instilled in us. So when we sharing our stories with her, we told her like how we grew up, because I know she left at a young age, but we grew up tough like that. And so she was very interested in us, and how much we knew about our culture and traditions, And so at a young age, we started singing our native songs too. And my mother was a linguistic teacher, and she taught here at the school from when I was in kindergarten. But she didn't teach me fluently how to speak, because at that time when she spoke fluently, she got in trouble for that. So I asked her, why didn't you teach me to speak fluent? And she said she didn't want me to get the treatment that she got. But Mary knew words, so we were able to understand some words, and we shared words with her, because we're learning that our language at a young age too.